What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, people? When you come in, hit that like button. You can do that here or on Facebook because I'm pretty sure it's still live. But if not, it is going to be what it is. So today I want to have a quick conversation because for some reason this morning I had went through a couple comments and also had a very long, somewhat irritating conversation about a couple of things. But one of the things that came up was the fact that I realized very few people have an understanding of what actual law is and what constitutes being in the right and the wrong, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to give you a little bit of thank you. It just popped up. What's up, B Express? So give me a half a second so I can get this thing. There we go. Because it popped up and then went away. So give me a half a second. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. There go T. There go T. There we go. Oh, I'm way in the way. There we go. Okay, there we go. There go T. All right, let me cut this. Damn. Jesus. That's a crispy picture, too. I love that. And yes, I'm streaming on YouTube from an Android phone, so that's why it looks the way it does, but it's not horrible. So, yeah, okay, we're good with it. All right. But I wanna talk about a couple things because I had a conversation with a young man that's actually on what's up. You know what? I should bring you in, Miriam, because I got a quick question. Got a quick questions, superstar. Hold on. You ready? Why is my live video interrupted? What's up, people? So y'all are at work doing nothing? That's what we doing? Why you can't hear me? That's because y'all fang dangling. Yes, because you're live. You are live. I just want you to know that. Y'all are playing. Y'all fang dangling. Yep. Look, so are y'all doing any work while y'all are there? Is anybody doing any work? Huh? Are y'all doing any work? Are y'all doing any work? I don't think so. No, because I'm in Houston. In Houston. Yeah, I've been in Houston since I left. Probably at the end of the month. Yeah. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna come and give it to all of y'all then. How about that? You know what? I'm gonna talk to y'all later because y'all are playing. I'm talking to y'all later. Okay. Well, again, now let's get back on task. Thought they had a question. Well, let me go back. What's up, Adrian? Ziggy. The whole context of this is that I had a conversation with a young man. I believe it was Freedom 2020 or some shit like that. And matter of fact, why don't I just do this? You know what? No, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm gonna do. But I am gonna do this. Give me a half a second because for whatever reason, there we go. There we go. All right. For whatever reason, young man felt that just because someone is arrested, that they are absolutely automatically guilty. And the interpretation that he had was police would not bother you unless there is a crime or you committed a crime. And the context that I was trying to give him was the fact that there are actually things that are in place, such as the Constitution, which aren't a Bill of Rights, but actually the guidelines of restrictions placed on government officials. So when you have the interpretation that everything that they're doing is correct, and just because someone's in an orange jumpsuit that they've done something wrong, you forget about the context of the 840,000 people that are in jails right now because they can't get out on bail. They haven't been convicted. They haven't, most of them have not even been to a trial or any type of court appearance other than a bond hearing, which they were unable to make bond. So to consider them guilty of a crime just because they're there is, for me, the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life. But I'm going to give you something that I was told this morning is irrelevant because it has no context. So I'm going to give you these irrelevant, zero context Supreme Court cases while I'm giving you an explanation of pretty much the proper dialogue for it for the most part. Because I'm giving you the situation where it's going to be relevant. Now, am I going to teach you how to apply this in this setting? No, not today. However, I want you to be aware of it because there's more to come beyond this. Because there's going to be a situation that pops up where this is a relevant fact. This is a relevant case. These are things that you will be able to use that are tangible. Okay, why in the hell did it cut off? Who does that? Okay. See, we're gonna have to do something about this damn GoPro because it just cut me off. What's up, Big Ben? Now, I'm actually gonna let y'all know I'm not looking at the stream because, like I said, I've got 3 of them going. And yes, that's the GoPro that you're hearing. And like I said, for whatever reason, I just got cut off. Take 2. So, give me a second, because this is what happens when you start doing new shit. You don't exactly know what the hell it is that you are doing to begin with. So, it is what it is. So, all right. For those that are watching on Facebook, I'm back. But the first one I want you to take note of is Murdoch v. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, 319 U.S. 105, and it's a 1943 case. Now, on most occasions, you're not going to hear me go beyond 1942 or 43, whatever, because there was some things that happened in that era which kind of changed the way the judicial system that we know as today had changed and was reconstructed. But nevertheless, I'm going to give you this one, and it's a state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal Constitution. Now, we know this because of this case in 1943. It is also reinstated or reinforced through this selective incorporation doctrine, as well as it's talked about in many other Supreme Court cases, one of which I gave that spoke about the, Howlett v. Rose, that the police and government officials must abide by federal law. So anything that contradicts or goes against federal law is not actual law, and therefore is subordinate and does not have the effect of law. And again, that's something that requires deeper looks into. But because at the end of the day, when we're talking about things that are law and then laws that are being broken, there are certain things that subjugates things to criminal activity. And the conversation went on into the fact of someone needing the police to be seen in a certain manner in order for them to exist because they have them placed into a bubble and being placed in, what in the fuck is going on now? Okay, there we go. I don't have any clue why it is taking so long for it to be. And it's also ended again. I have no idea what's going on Facebook, so I gotta figure out another way to do that. So you guys, it is what it is. I'm gonna probably actually just end up posting something there because this constant stopping is stupid. But when we're going back into it, we understand that they are liable for their actions when it's done by a means of violating the Constitution or violating acts of federal law. And one of the cases I spoke about was the 18 USC 242, where judges are held liable for their actions. And another case is IMBLER, Embler v. PACHTMAN, Pactman, and it's a 1976 case. It's 424 US 409. And here's where these actual, I'm gonna say, these cases can be taken into federal court, because liability and damage for unconstitutional or otherwise illegal conduct has the very desirable effect for deterring such conduct. And generally what happens is most of these people are doing this in regards to trying to set up a 1983. And I actually did a video regarding the 1983. I'm going to do a couple more where I speak about it and I go more in depth on it, because it's one of those challenges where most are not understanding whenever I say you're suing them for a civil rights violation, because that's what the federal law protects, your civil rights. And in doing so, it is set up for your liking to do it in a different manner. And that's suing them in their personal capacity, because once they violate law, the federal law, they are no longer actors of the government agency, because the government agency cannot allow for them to do what is already restricted, set up through the Constitution, constitutional restrictions. And once they do that, you then have them open for other things. And lastly, okay. Give me a half second. I didn't do this right at all. Okay. And also, in Shear v. Cullen, and you know that's a 1973 case. And for a crime to exist, there must be an injured party. There can be no sanction or penalty imposed upon one because the exercise of constitutional rights. Now, what most people don't understand is if there's not an injured party, which is why whenever we look at the effects of a traffic citation, they have prosecutorial discretion to move forward with their case. Police have officer discretion to write a citation because the writing of a citation is a violation. The searching of someone without a warrant or consent is a violation. Anything that is done outside or beyond the traffic stop itself is generally going to be a violation if it is done without consent. And when you're restricting one's locomotion and you do not have probable cause for the initial stop because the traffic citation or traffic infraction is not probable cause, because probable cause only comes from a crime. A crime only comes when there's an injured party. And these are the things that we have to make note of. These are the things that we have to know when we're going to have issue. So these are some of the things that I hope answered a few questions when it comes to the actual understanding that certain things create a crime, but certain things aren't a crime. And incarcerating someone for something that is what they call a victimless crime, because it's not a crime. There must be an injured party. And someone being incarcerated where there is no injured party is not a lawful incarceration. When you have 67% of those that are on death row being found to be completely innocent or exonerated completely because the police made a mistake or they coerced or they made up something, is a problem, because that means 2 out of every 3 times they made a decision that was wrong. When you're incarcerating folks because you are feeling that you are scared or you are feeling that something is going on and you don't have any proof of anything that went on, that is unlawful. That is not a crime. That is a crime for the police, not on the citizen. That's why they are restricted from creating something for revenue when there is no crime. So for right now, that's all I got. I am going to go back because I see a few of y'all actually do want the question and answer sessions. So I'll be doing that. And at the end of the day, yeah, I'll be back on. But I want you guys to give me a couple ideas what you want to hear about, what you want to talk about, or actually put a couple of your questions to get me started on the next video. And I guess we'll do that, call it the quarantine question hour or something. And we'll go from there. But I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. I holla, and by Instagram.